Hey guys, thank you for joining us again for another exciting episode of YOML. And this is the Year of Magical Learning podcast. So today we're actually doing part two of the tribe. Chris mentioned that I would like this reflection, so let's see if he's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that you're going to enjoy this one. Part two of two is, well, the book is called Tribes. It's about human nature to seek out tribes. And, it's about people forming a tribe, basically. And if you want to form a tribe, like the power of tribes and yada, 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 just it's all about tribes and why tribes really do need there. There's so much opportunity for people to form a tribe with the long tail the internet has created, and all that good stuff, basically. And they need people to lead other people. So that was what this book's about. So my second reflection was something that I wrote down the title of I'm a heretic of the Church of Grit. So, one of the things about tribes is it's kind of like a church, right? I mean, like you have things that you desire to change. You have a common connection rallying point around your tribe, and you have all these, I mean, whatever. It's kind of like a congregation, a lot of times with a tribe. And these days, like there's an informal religion that you and I talk about all the time. You call it grit and grind or whatever. I'm just labeling it as the Church of Grit. Like there's this hustle culture out there these days where, we are told very early on, like if you want to get anywhere in life these days, you have to dedicate yourself 10,000 hours, put it in. You got to block out all distractions, be laser focused in if you want to become world class and get through the dip and all this other stuff, right? And this is what I like to call the Church of Grit. Like this is what we're hammered into our head every single day. Many self-help books you read, like Angela Duckworth says, grit is passion and perseverance. If you want to have grit, you have to really love what you're doing, but also at the same time persevere, block out all distractions, and just go to town and grit yourself through until you can look back and go, okay, I've made it to my dreams. I've accomplished what I set myself out to accomplish. I've sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears, and ate the frog every day, and whatever else, right? You had grit. Like, so that's what the Church of Grit preaches. I mean, when I was reading this book, I had just went over to one of my best friend's house. He has a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. The 10-year-old is a really good athlete. My friend's pretty tall. He's like 6'5". His son is pretty tall. He towers over everybody in his class, and he's also a pretty strong athlete as well. He loves basketball. This kid is obsessed with basketball, and he does all the travel ball leagues. My friend grew up, he was a really good baseball player. He played in college. And, so he wants him to play baseball. So he plays a lot of all-star baseball and travel ball. Anytime that I talk to my friend and I'm like, hey, you want to do something? He's like, no, I can't. We have sports. Like we have travel, we have whatever. I barely ever get a chance to hang out with him anymore because this is like one of my best friends. And it's not because we don't want to hang out. It's because he's always constantly traveling with his sons for sports. And pretty much all of his friend group now revolves around people that are on these travel ball teams. I remember I was over there on one of the rare occasions I was hanging out, talking, and I was catching up with his wife as well. And she was like, Chris, you don't understand. These days, if Henry wants to be good at basketball, we have to play this travel ball. We have to go drive up 40 minutes to the north side of town so he's on the most elite team. Like, if he has any chance ever of being good at this, like, you have to spend thousands of dollars, travel all around all over the place. I kept hearing them say this, and I was like, he's fucking 10. I was like, I don't remember shit from when I was fucking 10 years old. But like, there's just so much pressure on kids these days. 10,000 hours and passion and perseverance and grit and push through. And this is the Church of Grit, man. Like, this is what people think they have to do. When I was 10, do you remember what you wanted to do when you were 10 years old?
No.
I still don't fucking know what I wanted to do. Like when I'm 38 right now, and I'm actually kind of proud of that. Like I for damn sure didn't know what I wanted to do when I was 10. I was doing all kinds of things. I was swimming. I was playing tennis. I was playing baseball. I was playing basketball. I was playing pickup football with friends every day. We were riding our bikes around, playing video games, flashlight tag every night. Like, I don't know what the hell I wanted to do. We're at the pool playing sharks and minnows all day long. I just was just doing stuff with my friends and having fun, and and we were just being active. I didn't know what I wanted to dedicate my life toward, to like to really make sure that I got a scholarship or whatever. Like I didn't give a shit. Like I was just having fun being a kid. And like unfortunately, the Church of Grit, like these days, like that's what they preach, is like this is what you got to do. And a lot of people buy into this. I mean, you and I bought into this. Like I told you before, if you would have asked me what my values were before Amelia, I would have said, grit might have been one of them. I would have said do the things you hate the most first, i.e. eat the frog. I would have said, shit, I'm starting to forget what I used to say. Oh, fail fast. I would have said, gosh, I don't even remember anymore. Like, I'm glad my memory is starting to wipe away from these things. But this was the stuff that I even believed beforehand. And then we went on this journey together. These days, I'm a convert. I'm a heretic of the Church of Grit. And I'm proud to say that. The Church of Grit does not believe that it is possible for you to be a good father, to be good at your job, to be able to play tennis at a high level when you want to be able to go pick up a new sport, do a new challenge every month, be able to meditate, live a balanced existence doing the stuff that you want. They do not believe that is possible because they know that work-life balance is a joke. Like you either are all in or you're not, in the Church of Grit. And I think that's bullshit. I practice at the Church of Balance. That's what you and I practice at, every single day, right? Like we don't talk all day long. We just talk for an hour every single night, and that's fine. Like we built it into our schedules. We have a good conversation. We say what we want to say and we move on. I try my best to. I just got done playing a tennis match. Like I work hard during my day doing meaningful work with my team. In the mornings I write. Learn something new. Go on a run with my daughter. Spend some time at the park with Luca later on in the day. My point is, you can be a good family man. You can be a good teammate. You can be a good employee. You can still have hobbies and activities. You can still, at the Church of Balance, you can still do it all. The only requirement is you do the stuff that you love the most, and you try to do as much as you can. The Church of Grit requires you to have goals and dedication and see the vision. Like the Church of Balance says, just do the stuff you like to do every single day. And who gives a shit where it goes? Like, don't worry about the outcomes. Like, just have fun. Like that's the Church of Balance. That's where I practice these days, and that's where I feel comfortable. So I'm officially a heretic of the Church of Grit, and I feel really good about it. So I'd love to get your thoughts. What do you think?
Say, what is there to say? I mean, to me, I don't. There's nothing to disagree with what you say. You know, I've been on this journey for quite a while now.
Right.
The only thing I probably would say is that I don't even recognize the Church of Grit.
Right.
I completely ignored them. I mean, it's like, do whatever you want. I don't give an F. You do whatever you want. You can rise, grind, repeat, eat a frog, do whatever you want. You feel like you're supposed to do. For me, it's like I don't recognize. To me, it's like, well, I don't know about the Church of Grit. I just don't recall having it in my memory at all. I mean, to me, even if you are a heretic, that means you still have a say or opinion on what they do. I'm on the other end where I'm completely wiped out of the concept of it. I don't even recognize it. So
right.
I don't have even an iota of brain cell that's dedicated to, hey, my opinions is the reverse of what your opinion does. And so what I do today is, what I do as far as who is true and what true needs to do, and what truth needs to do is become a Mexican fisherman. And that's all I care about. That's the only thing that's in my head, right? You think about an elephant, then you remove it. So when you think about the Church of Grits, well, you still have to think about it to remove it, to oppose it. And so I think I'm a step further than what we are talking about now. Is about the Church of Grit. And like I said, nowadays I don't care to be world class. I don't care to be understood. Because I don't have room for those things,
Right.
So for me, like I say, it's there's not much I can say in terms of
It's the Church of Grit infuriates me now. Like, when
it used to infuriate me, right? You say, hey, these.
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't really care anymore. You're right. I don't really care.
I used to be very pissed off at, why are people trying to tell you this? Why are these gurus and these influencer? This is why in the beginning I hate the image of the media that portrays Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. It's not their fault. It's just the media portrays them. I hate that because the thing is, they put these guys on as influencer to get them to as a tool to manipulate you. So that's what I hate. And I used to grind my gears about, and it gets me really, really like worked up when a young kid, hey, Elon Musk this and Elon Musk that.
Right,
so the thing is, you don't want to do that, kid.
Sucks. His life is awful. Like, I mean, maybe not for everybody, but I mean, I know for me, like, you couldn't pay me to, like.
I mean, the thing is, you're talking about Elon Musk, right? He has, to me, as far as my personality and how I am is concerned, if I have Elon Musk's life, it would be the most miserable life I would ever have. Because for one, is I don't like to be in the spotlight. I don't like people talking about me. I don't like to be, be like, hey, expect this, expect that. And second, there's so much money. He has so much money. It's like, what the fuck do I buy? There's nothing for you to strive for.
I don't know.
The point is, he can buy anything he wants.
Right.
Because he could. It takes away the need, even if a country, I mean, he basically helped Ukraine with the Starlink or whatever. He basically is able to do all that. The problem is that because human nature, we are rooted in the need to do exploration and discovery. Without the ability to do that, you took the thrill out of life. When you can buy everything you want, the food doesn't taste good anymore because
Right.
when you have so much food, it becomes like bland. But if you eat hamburgers or pizza or whatever, like once in a while, you appreciate the taste. But if you eat like a hamburger every single day, right? Eventually, it's gonna become
Right.
this is too old. And so the point is that in his position, for him to get to, we're talking about the happy. So we understand how the happiness hypothesis works, right? When you go from $1,000 to $10,000, it's a big jump, right? But you go from 10,000 to $20,000, even it's the same amount of jump, but it doesn't feel as good because
Right.
of the happiness hypothesis, because the significance in a difference isn't that big. And when you have experienced this particular jump, even if you jump again and another, you need to actually like exponentially multiply it. But for him, it's like he gets to the point where he has had diminishing returns. So that to me, his life become miserable because he can go, well, I want a yacht. Oh, I want a rocket, right? Because you get to the point where there's nothing that's gonna give you the big jump animated. Okay, about the whole fucking universe. Who cares? No one cares, right? Because
Exactly.
he makes all these things up on social media because he has to stir things up.
Right.
This is where a lot of the drug addicts, like especially the actors, who make so much money. It's like, well, how do I get a kick out of it? People become adrenaline junkie, and some people become like this and that because they needed that kick.
Well, actors are emotional roller coasters anyway. Like that's what they get paid to do, and like naturally feeds into like they're kind of manic sometimes, man. Like I mean, their
They
emotions like they
because the thing
want to
is
have wild emotions.
because they already experienced the emotion. The
Right.
experience of the emotion they have today is no different than what they acted. And so they didn't give them that kick to say, well, I need to stop. I need to scale back down because it's too much. Say, it's the same thing. So they went overboard with it, right? And so what
Right.
I'm saying is, in that life, maybe it's good for Elon. Maybe he's suited for that. And I don't know that, but that's up to him. It's his life. But as far as my life, it's like it's not. And I'm pretty sure not everybody's gonna be like Elon. So you can't say, hey, like 1,000 people, 100,000, even 1,000,000 people want to be Elon Musk. Can't be all have the same kind of genes that Elon has,
Agreed. I mean,
right?
here's my biggest, I think, it's like the church of the marshmallow test, basically. It's a lot of self-sacrifice and
I
a
mean,
lot
to
and
me, it's a bunch
a
of it's a church of manipulators.
well, but it's this goal. It's the church of goals. It's the church of, like set a dream and go for it. People think that is like these dreams, these future visions of who they want to be. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like dopamine and all that good stuff. And like that's great. Like that's an important thing for us to have. But like that dream is not like gonna make you happy. Like especially when you achieve it. Like anybody in the church of grit, like if they only are going for a dream,
But that's the
they're
thing is
gonna be let down.
because the thing is if
They're
I
missing the
say
point. Yeah.
if I say like, okay, you work really hard, Chris. Okay, we think if you imagine you like when you say, well, I have these dreams. My dream is to be in a vault with all of the dollars, all of the Benjamins in my vault. Is that the dream?
Is it
Is that the
strangely tough?
image in your head? Is that the image in your head? If that's the
Yeah.
case, then follow that dream. Follow the Church of Christ. But if your dream was, oh, I can do whatever I want, I can travel, I can eat, I can meet people, I can be influenced, I can help people that is in
Right.
the same. That's a different dream because you are chasing. Oh, I gotta be good at basketball, baseball, football, like your friend does.
I'm
This
gonna go to
pool, this
college
pool of
or yeah,
money.
right.
No, it's about something else. Okay, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to do this. I will do this when I retire. Why are they working? It's because they can get the money. The money is the bridge. But if you target the money as the goal, you're missing your actual dream.
Money. It's not even just money.
The
Once you
accolades comes
like
with the accolades boils down to getting the money. Because I'm asking you, if you don't have the money, why would you want to become an influencer?
Well, somebody might actually want to
If you,
influence people, like I mean, because you could call us influencers. You know, I'm not saying that you're talking about the definition
people
of
don't. I mean,
just
most people out there are influencers, right? They're there for the money, not because they're there to
There's
do.
not a cause,
You and I do this because
what's
you
her
think
cause?
about, let's say you make a movie of her, you do a TV star, and pay her nothing. Let me ask you, would she do it?
No,
Fuck
never,
no,
never,
Fuck
never.
no.
Like their life is torture. Like I mean, they can't have
No
relationships.
one does.
They
No,
can't do
man. The thing
anything
is,
private.
like
Like
I told, I'm telling you, like there's nobody in this world would do it for the fame. The
they're stuck
fame
in a cage.
is because they know the money comes with the fame.
Right.
This is, at the end of the day, people have a dream, but they're missing a point because they say, "Well, I gotta catch this dollar, right? I get to that dollar, then I can do this." That's why everybody you talk to, it's about, okay, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to do this when I retire. I like to. So that's the point. They want to
Do it
go
now.
and grab the bridge, which is the money. So to me, if you look at everybody from athletes, even the athlete today, we're talking about the what would you call it, the image likeness or whatever for the young athletes, whatever.
Neil,
right?
Yeah.
So what's the point of Neil? So you
I mean,
capitalize on your fame. So it's like, well, I want to be famous, just become famous. No, who fucking care about being famous if you don't get the money come with it?
Oh, I mean, that's a good point. I just want to be crystal clear about how I'm seeing this at the Church of Balance, how you and I see this. It's not that we don't have goals. It's not that we don't have an imagination. It's not that we don't have a vision for the future. It's just that once that's there, all we focus on is the present, like, and doing what we want to do in the present that will hopefully compound into that in the future. I can guarantee you, if you asked any single person on this planet, what did they want 5 years ago? Like if they sat down and wrote down goals 5 years ago, I don't know, whatever you want to do, like I can guarantee you that where they are right now today was not where they thought they were going to be. And I don't mean that's a bad thing or a good thing. I can just guarantee it's not. You can't predict the future. Like no one can. I don't care how strong your vision is. I don't care how much you dedicate and try to block out every single thing else. I don't care how much you even love to do what you're doing. Like I love playing tennis. Tomorrow, like I told you that yesterday, my shoulder hurts so damn bad. Like the match today, oddly enough, I've been working so hard on building muscle in my shoulder, and actually it worked a little bit today. I didn't have the pain that I had even just a couple days ago, playing tennis. It was like no pain. It was just, it only took me like 2 games, for the icy hot to kick in today versus like the first full set, like it feels like it's going down and like I'm, and I have more range of motion. Anyway, my point is like tomorrow somebody could cut my arm off, like, and I could never be able to play tennis ever again the way that I want to play tennis. So what do? Right? Like at the Church of Grit, well, you just invested, man, I had invested 5,000 hours into that. I had a vision that I was going to be a pro tennis player, and I had all these things, and it's just gone. What do I do now? And like at the Church of Balance, it's like, well, fuck, why did you like playing tennis in the first place anyway? Well, it was a challenge. I like to be challenged. I like to learn something. It's one of those things that I can learn really fast all the time, and I can constantly be doing deliberate practice to get better at something. That I love that. I love to endure. It's one of those things where you're going to be frustrated and you got to keep pushing. Oh, okay, great. I'll keep going through my values. And I go, there's an infinite number of activities that I could go reapply that to and go that route. Like that's the Church of Balance, right? Do the stuff that you love to do because why you love to do it. And then wherever that goes is where that goes. I'm not saying that we don't accomplish things. I probably do more at the Church of Balance than I've ever done in my life. It's just for a different reason. It's just to maximize the day and to do as many things as I can that I love to do. And that's that. That's it.
Yeah,
with my daughter.
Right. Yeah. The thing is, it's not about the Church of Grit, a Church of Balance, or anything like that. My point is that we are missing the point. Okay, and let me simplify that for you. Okay, we're talking about like, so there's two scenarios I can give you. The first scenario, if I ask you, okay, what do you want to accomplish in the next 10 years from now? What is your vision of you being like, hey, may I become a world class at tennis, world class at become a business entrepreneur, whatever. Then my next question would be, then what will you do?
I've wondered so much about,
and that for me, it's like when I become a Mexican fisherman, ask me what I want to do.
Fish?
No, I become a Mexican fisherman still. Right? You're talking about the point is that you get to a particular destination. Is that where you want to stay, or that's just a transient place? That's the reason why people ask you, okay, I'm going to become a millionaire. Then I ask you, then what? Oh, haven't thought about it yet. Maybe I'll go to Disneyland. Maybe I'll do this. That means that's not where you're supposed to be. If
And
you
you spent
ask
so much time
me,
sacrificing.
once I become the Mexican fisherman, what is my next step? The next step is still the fucking Mexican fisherman. I'm still doing the fucking thing. That's my dream hasn't changed. What is it that you want? Oh, when I make $1 million, I'm gonna make $1 million again and again and again and again for the rest of my life. Think about that. Because my point is that if that isn't what you want to repeat, regardless of how good it makes you feel, it is not where you're supposed to be. You are missing the point.
The book, you just reminded me, I think you make a great point. You just reminded me of that book, When Breath Becomes Air, about the doctor that he was
a surgeon.
A brain surgeon? Was he a brain surgeon, I think?
Yeah, he's a brain surgeon. He have a heart attack, right?
No, yeah, cancer.
Okay, cancer.
Right. So he was a brain surgeon that had spent probably 10,000 hours on his. He was at the end of his residency when he got sick, and he was so torn about, like, what do I do? Like, this has been my identity my entire life. I don't know how to give this thing up. Like, what do I do every day? And he was talking to his physician, because he was now no longer a physician. He was a patient. And he was like, just focus on what you love to focus on your values, focus on what you love to do every single day. And that was why he started writing. He was like, I always wanted to write and I always wanted to share my thoughts. And he was like, I figured I would do that someday. And then as the identity of being a doctor and everything that he did went away, it didn't matter. He was still doing what he loved to do every single day and focusing on the time that he had left and maximizing that. This is the story as old as time, with people that get sick and then
they realize on your deathbed, like, yeah, what am I doing to spend the remaining days I have? Right. And most people, let's say you're the fucking Elon Musk entrepreneur, you make $1 billion a year or $10 trillion a year. On your deathbed, right? On that day, are you gonna make another $1 trillion? If you are making the fucking boatload of money, and on your last day, you're gonna die, are you gonna go out there and you're going to fucking make another 10 billion, trillion, gazillion dollars? If that's what you want, then yes, you have found your calling. If that is not what you want, and you say, hey, I would rather go fishing, then fucking that's what you're supposed to be doing all along. Right. And you're not supposed to go and follow this church of grits and find this decoy of a dream. It's not a dream. Thing is, for me, it's like money means nothing if I can't do what I want to do. The reason why I'm working, the reason why you're working, is so that we can afford the time to go do what we want. And I believe that it's the same for everybody.
I changed. I mean, when I quit my job to go do this job, I wanted to make sure that my work was meaningful work. I don't even care what they paid me. I wanted to do exactly what I'm doing every single day. And I don't want to do what I don't want to do every single day. I don't care what I'm doing. As long as I know that I can do what I want to do, I know I'll be good at it. And I know that my team's going to say, man, you've really done it. And like, you've helped me to shape my life, And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want you to.
I mean, being good at it it's a byproduct. It's a byproduct. Right.
But the thing is, hate doing what I'm doing.
Even
hate doing what I'm doing.
I would hate what you do. I hate it because I tried it before. Because I have a company. It had to wear out the hats. Right. I hated it. Like, I just leave me alone. Let me build something, right? I don't want to go talk to you. I don't want you to call me and talk about all this BS about, this feature, that feature. Hey, just what is your problem? Let me solve for you. Don't go in there and say, well, I have no fucking idea what am I doing here, but I am going to give you my opinion, right? Say, unless you understand what it is that you trying to solve. Because the thing is, the problem is that you have a problem. You can't solve it. That's why you come to me. Let me solve it. Right? Why are you mingling and asking, hey, do this, do that? Why? I'm telling you, you don't have the skills. That's why you need me. And so there is so much of these things that I don't like. And because I go into those situations, I become irritated and my life become misery just because I'm irritated by things people do, and it doesn't align. It doesn't
it's a church
align.
of grit. You got to persevere because it's passion plus perseverance. You do like coding, so if you like building a business around coding, but like
No, thanks
you
very much.
you got to persevere. True, if this is
Yeah.
what you really like, to be at the church of grit, and like don't get me wrong, we persevere through a lot. Like look at this shit. We're on.
We persevere because we
yes, exactly. We want to persevere.
Persevere isn't a word for me. It's like I get to do this. I get to go and like talk about shit. Right? That's what I'd like to do. I don't like to talk about like other topic where I have no interest in. I just talk about like life and like lesson we learn and shit. I mean, that's to me, it energizes. And you basically say, okay, that's true. If he's willing to pay to get to do this, I would.
That's actually the key.
You think about it. If Chris stopped having this other person across my screen, I was actually going to find another replacement for Chris and trying to pay him to be, hey, Chris second or whatever, the Chris 2.0. Hey, let's talk about this shit.
Right. Like, you're right. Like, I mean,
I'm a patient. I mean, I would go and talk to a therapist because we're missing what I have discovered that I want.
Would you pay to do what you're doing every single day, whether or not you make money off it or not? But would you pay to have the opportunity for me to write every day, to play tennis, to coach people? I do. See, I know. I pay. Would you pay to learn something new every day? I do. I pay a lot of money to learn something new every day. I have 300 and how many audiobooks do I have in here? Plus my library downstairs of regular books, but I'm just looking at my audiobooks. I have 342 titles in my Audible account. Let's say I think it's like an average like $12 a credit or something like that. So that's $4,000 worth of, that I'm paying, not only in my time, like how many hours have I put in, to this? The total listening time on this for history and this has all been since Amelia too, is 2 months, 20 days, 10 hours and 40 minutes. So that's 2 months. This is in 20 days, so almost 3 months of 24 hours a day. Like we're not talking about like, when you're awake.
Week.
Right. No, this is 3 months of my life, like literally from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. over the past 3 years. I don't even know what that equates to as a percentage of my time. Money, time, effort, plus all this other stuff that we're doing. This project is just an insane amount of time. Like, but it's not persevering because I want to do it. I find ways to
persevering is when you are doing something you don't want to do. That's
eating
what comes to my mind. It's like I don't like to do it, but I have to persevere and go through with it.
I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do it. So if somebody,
it's like you have to get somebody to pay you, give you a nudge for you to do it. For us, it's like, okay, I'm giving you money so I can go there. That's not persevering. That's like,
exactly.
I don't know what you call that, but that's not persevering. You're not struggling at all.
The question should be, I think you hit the nail on the head. Would you pay to do the stuff that you do every single day? Like the guy that wrote When Breath Becomes Air, I think he would have paid to write every.
Like very good at what he does, right? And he does brain surgery.
I think he would have paid to become a writer every day too. Like I think he did love being a doctor as well, but like I think
he loves to write. Well, I think he loves the thought of being a doctor, even because he has the skills to accomplish those goals, and he loves the thought of becoming a doctor. But then when he has the little time to live, his doctor or the sunk cost fallacy just went out the window.
Yeah,
because he said, I'm dying tomorrow. So
no, I'm just
he isn't
my life.
He isn't doing it. He isn't doing it for money.
No, and
he's actually paying
talk about
because
persevering.
He's losing the salary. He's losing the time, right? Because the time he could do something else. So he's paying in the missing opportunities of the dollars he bring in. He's paying for the time, but the time that he has is actually very, very high price because it's not like he has all the time in the world. He has very short time, and he chooses to write a book to leave behind. What's his reward?
And you're spot on. And talk about persevering. Like he was doing this while going through excruciating pain and chemotherapy and dying. Like there was days that he couldn't write. Like there was days when he said, like, he mentioned in the book, and he didn't actually finish the book. He almost got there, and his wife finished the last chapter because he ran out of time. Literally ran out of time. But even when he was like literally on his deathbed, he was still trying to write. And that's talk about perseverance, right? He wasn't doing that to like because he was like, I got to keep persevering. I think he was doing that because he was just like, I only have a little bit of time left and I want to do what I love to do. And if I can, I will. Like, and if I have the ability to do this, I will. Like, that's
probably the highlight of his day, right? Because you're talking about,
I'm
okay,
sure it is.
Oh, I have to go keep chemo. I have to go do this, gonna do that. Oh, I gotta go right. So the thing is, that's the point. So the thing is, back to what I'm saying in the beginning. Don't miss the point. The point isn't this or that, the other, right? The point is you are who you need to be. Find out what makes you want to pay to do the things that you're doing or will do, whatever that is. Because if you had to do something for money, for another reward, that isn't where you're supposed to be.
I mean, where like I struggle with this one just a little bit, only of what that last statement you said, because like I still get paid for my job, and I get paid well, in my opinion. But like I don't care about what literally if they fired me tomorrow, I don't.
I think you're missing the point though, because the thing is, if you were to be able to join Clubany right now, you would.
Yeah, I'd be gone. I mean,
that's my point, because you like your job, you like the people there, but you would rather be in Clubany than to do the thing you do over at the company, right? So that's my point, is because you understand that, hey, I'm actually willing to give up my 200K job to go here and do for 70K.
Fine, yeah.
Right?
But it's not the yes, without a doubt. I agree that it's. I don't know that I have I cannot be impeccable with my words right now. So around what I want to say, so I'm not going to say it.
Neither am I. So I'm saying is the place where to be. There got to be a better, more succinct word for that, man. I agree. That kind of confuses people a little bit, but we are making progress. So hopefully later on we'll find a more meaningful word.
I can guarantee you, one of my last kind of thought on this one is I can guarantee you at the Church of Grit, they laugh at the Church of Balance. Like my friend, like one of my best friends, he laughs at the fact that I'm like, why are you doing that, Mike? You don't need to spend your whole entire weekend, like when do you get to exercise? When do you get to go do the stuff you want to do? When do you get to go learn? When do you get to go, like do the things that you love to do? Like when you're sacrificing at the Church of Grit for your son, because you're telling him that, look, like, hey, I got to persevere so you can persevere through, the 10,000 hours and whatever. My thing is with the whole Church of Grit, they literally laugh at the idea of work-life balance. They're like, you can't have work-life balance. It's a joke. You and I talked about this from day one. Like, we don't like that word because it implies that, like, you have two different worlds you live in. So you're either doing one or you're doing the other.
You can't be a work Chris and then a at-home Chris. That's the same Chris.
It's all one. Like, I mean, so like the balance is what we're talking about, but they laugh at, like at the Church of Grit, like in my opinion, they chuckle and they're like, what are you talking? It's like when I were talking about daycare, you're like, when we talk about like something's not right. Like you and I can all see, like, we're like, it doesn't make sense to throw these kids in a room when they're really young and just constantly have them sick, for 20, for 2 years of their life, and everybody in their family is sick. Somebody told me a stat the other day that, like, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, is they're pregnant with their first child, and they're looking into daycares right now, and they have like 6 months left, and we were hanging out with them this weekend with Luca and over at a friend's house, and they're like, I know you would rather have your nanny back, and I know that you send them to daycare and yada yada yada, but they're like, what, like, they were just asking a lot of questions about daycare, and they were like, I was doing some research and I saw that, like, I think they said like 60% of the time, while for the first 2 years or something like that, like the whole family is sick. It's not even just the kid. Like, I mean, I'm kind of sick right now. He got sick again, like, with like a little cold, and
it's just a petri dish.
But the point is like at the church of daycare, like, in this world, the Church of Grit has created the Church of Daycare as well. And at the Church of Daycare, people just go, well, they got to build their immunity. Well, this is just how it works, Chris. Like, you're like, this isn't how it works. I mean, I may be at the Church of Daycare, but I am not. I'm over there. I'm picketing outside daycare every single day going, this fucking place sucks. This place has got to go. Like, this is what I'm saying about the Church of Grit right now, is like, it's similar to the Church of Daycare, where I'm like, this isn't right. Like, this is not the point of having children, is to shove them into a room together so they can get sick for 2 years of their life.
That's what I'm saying, is along the way, people are also missing the point, because most people, they have kids so they can get the kids to work. Not because of the joy of having kid, right?
Right.
And so the thing is, you're talking about China, right? China has a big problem right now, right? Because they have this one child policy for I don't know how long. I mean, there's no like girls over there. It's a bunch of boys, right? The atrocity is that when they have a girl child, they would kill the child so they could have another.
Are you kidding? They actually
I'm not
killed the
kidding.
child. They killed the.
How the fuck do you think there are all boys over there now?
They actually killed
Yes,
like, or are you talking about having an abortion?
kill the kid because
That's
it's a
insane.
one child policy. It is the atrocities over there. And right now, right,
That's insane.
all these young boys, young teenage kid, I mean, person, whatever, they have no wife to marry. There's no girls to marry for as a wife. So this is one of the actual projects that I've actually done in high school. High school, okay. High school was in 95, 95, 96. I was in ROTC, NJROTC, and this Master Gunny Sergeant, and he's a great guy. And I asked him, as a project, what do you think would start World War III? He said China. And the reason for that is because the Chinese have this one child policy. And when they have a girl, they will kill the girl so they can have the boys. And by the time the boy grows up, they have no wife. They're going to go take wives from other country and they're going to create this chaos and kind of like tensions and World War will start. And right now, it's exactly, I mean, this is like 30 years, right? Almost 30 years that I asked the Master Gunny. And it turns out that now these kids in China, it's like, okay, I mean, I don't have any girls to go marry. So what do I do?
That's pretty wild. Yeah, I did see on a similar note. I need to make sure I say the words right. It was like the replacement levels of population replacement level or something like that.
It's
They're
declining.
paying people
Have
in
kids.
Korea to have children, and they still won't have children. Same thing.
Japan, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That means that
the
older
U.S. is not.
population.
Honestly, the U.S. isn't much better. The only reason why we don't have the same kind of a rate at a population level is because we have a lot of immigration. Like we have a ton of immigration, right? So
Yeah.
it's buoying that, but the people that are Americans have declined below that. I think it's like 2.1 children is the population replacement rate or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Continue to decline because most of these couples they don't even have kids anymore, and that's the thing is
it's impossible to have children in America.
When a baby boomer starts to leave this world, right? It's going to be a big hole. So you're talking about like, oh, they're going to be overpopulation. No, it's not going to be overpopulations because the older generation will leave this world, and the replacement of these population are slower than the death rate. The birth rate is lower than so if you have any math skills, you know that it's going to eventually going to make the number go lower, not higher.
Right. Like, but that's the thing is the Church of Grit created this world of
the Church of Grit say we have hunger issues. We're gonna have like population overpopulation. That's what they say, right? But we just talk about one scenario where it is not. So how do they continue to pump out this propaganda to manipulate people in trying to eat the fucking frogs every day? I mean, the thing is, it doesn't make sense.
You can't be a good parent at the Church of Grit. Like you got to send your kids to daycare. You got to work, and like see them for 2 hours a week, and give them a bunch of gifts so they think that they're loved or something like that. And like it just sucks. I'm a firm heretic. I will never like the Church of Grit is a church of extremities, in my opinion. Balance is the opposite of that. I don't believe in extremes. I don't want to go to extremes. I want to do a lot of stuff at a high level, but not at an extreme high level. I don't care.
I mean, question I asked you earlier, right? If you don't want balance, this is what happens. Okay, you make $100,000 a year, right? One year you make $300,000. 2 other years you make zero. That is what it's called extremity. I mean, even average out to be 100, but because of the fluctuations, you can't even survive the 2 years of famine. You probably be dead, right? And so the thing is, you want the balance. You want to stay in the center of that disc of life.
Right.
So for me, it's like the church grit or whatever that is. I don't really care. I just don't want to even have to think about what they do and have an opposing opinions on what they do. Even then, it's taxing on me, meaning I'm paying some of my brain cells to them. Speaking of which, I remember in the Matrix, everybody is basically a battery in this incubator where they create this heat or whatever for the machines, right? So basically, in that Matrix world, human is a resource.
Right.
But then I realized in today's society, it's not different. You still have human resource. And that is the only commodity that makes everything else possible. So you are no different than in the Matrix. You and I am a resource for somebody. You are a resource for somebody. And then when we have kids, we are priming, they brainwash us and program us to train and program our kids to become a resource for them. So you take your kid and you put them to daycare and you tell them to go to school. Because you go to school, right? To me, go to school is no different than being in prison.
Or just daycare.
Think about it.
No, you're locked up there. I mean,
It's like you go to one room.
You're shoved somewhere.
You go to a room, sit. You only talk when you're allowed to talk. People get in line. You go to another room.
You're graded. You're told what's good, what's not.
What's the difference between that and prison?
I mean,
and the kids are being brainwashed for 12, not 12 now. It's like they even have fucking Head Start now. So Head Start starts at 2, right? For 20 years, right? Like 18 years, okay? 18 fucking years you are brainwashed to do exactly what you're supposed to be as a human resource, right? And then you have this 4 years and this fucking other whatever. It's like you're talking about the that's why the smartest people are the worst out, because that's the reason why I'm so fortunate that I was so dumb. I can't take in anything. Because the thing is that the more you are good at adhering to the rules, you are the fucking like exemplary prisoner.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there for life, and you're gonna have your kids being there for life. If you are a fucking like exemplary slave, you will become a slave. Your kids will become a slave. Your kids will become a slave, because your kids will become a slave, because you so exemplify in adhering to that. You will not be able to get out. You will never wake up from the Matrix.
I can't disagree with you at all. I've said this so many times at this point in time. I feel like we wake up and rush out the door so I can go somewhere that I don't want to be, to send my kid somewhere that he doesn't want to be. Like, tell me how that makes sense.
You are a fucking human resource.
The people that are managing these daycares don't want to be there. The people that are at the place that I go to, they don't want to be there. Like, nobody wants to be where they are most of the time. Maybe a few people are. I mean, maybe a few people really love, what they're doing. Like, but
it's very rare to have people who actually likes it, because, and to me, maybe that's by chance, but chance is, it's pretty low. And so, meaning the odds are that you are not going to be happy where you are. And the odds of me is not going to be happy where am I not. So that's why we have to be able to
grit, determination, and passion and perseverance. Like, that's why we got to have grit, because you got to keep slaving away on it.
The first thing you got to do is you got to toss out all that philosophy. You got to toss it out. And the second is don't even give it a out of your mind to it. And then the third one is figure out what is your point. Right? Because if you adhere to it, that's what I'm saying is, for me, like I say, I was very fortunate that my brain doesn't work when I was younger. It doesn't work. I was like a post. I'm like the idiots of idiots. I'm talking about I can't even read until I was 7, and I can't even read that well. And I'm struggling to read. And I can't even write you a story that you understand. It's like I was mumbo jumbo, and everything is all jumbled together. I mean, you're talking about, it's like I'm gonna get into trouble.
Right.
I'm good at that. I'm good
Well,
at,
sounds like you had a desirable disadvantage, Drew. That's what it sounds like. All right. Well, I actually need to go to bed. I know we're late tonight because I had a tennis match, but do you feel purged for the night?
Sure, but like I said, there's always tomorrow. That's
No,
the
it's always
thing for me. It's like there's always
yeah,
tomorrow. I can talk shit to Chris
that's true.
tomorrow, and it's the next day. And anywhere.
I agree with you. It's funny. Next week, I was thinking about this today. I was like, because I'm going to be on vacation next week.
And
Actually, like,
I already forgot about it.
right. Well, and it's fine.
I mean,
but
I forgot as soon as you told me that day, so I didn't even remember until you told me.
right. I was thinking about this today. I was like, man, how do I find time? I was like, I want to do this next week, but I was like, I should probably not. It'll just be I'll be running for a train all week long, and I'll have to figure out when I can slip away for like an hour. I probably should be spending this time with my wife, 100% dedicated and focused on doing stuff together because we have this time away. So like, the right thing to do is to just say, okay, we should probably just take a week off, And but then I'm actually debating in my head, well, do I have to? But that's the point of the Church of Balance. When you're on vacation, you're told, unplug, turn everything off, get away, don't answer a Slack message, don't answer an email, don't talk to a customer, don't respond to any employees, don't answer text messages. It's like unfucking plug. And the Church of Balance, you're like, you go on vacation and you're like, well, I'm gonna miss a tennis match next week. I had to tell my tennis team captain tonight after our match. I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm out of town next week, and it hurt me to do that. I want to play. Like, so I'm like cramming in as many matches as I can, this week before I'm not joking. I'm playing way too many times this week than I normally would because I'm like, well, I guess I gotta overcorrect for next week because I'm not going to be able to play. But the truth is that's not a good thing. And number one, and number two, I'm sad that I'm not going to get to play next week. And then I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to do this with you next week. And I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to go, on my normal like workouts and stuff. But I am excited because I can replace that with like a beach run or something like that, where Amelia and I can go do something.
But that's the thing is the thing you love. You can only stay away from it for so long. Okay, it's just like tennis. If you say, hey, I'm gonna stop playing tennis. I don't know. I mean, like, I would rather lose my arm than not play tennis. I mean, this is like right now. This is the evidence that you have right now. Your fucking arms is like hurting, and you still playing on this league.
I'm playing 3 times this week. I'm just trying harder to figure out how to heal my body. That's called perseverance, right? That's called deliberate practice. I'm studying things, reading stuff, I'm watching videos, I'm figuring out new stretches and new things that I can try to do. I'm deliberately trying to strengthen my body so I can go play tennis because that's what I want to do. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't be, if my shoulder hurt and I didn't play tennis, I'd be like, fuck it, my shoulder hurts. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right, but that's the thing is people are missing the point. Like, one of the best example I could give you is sincere. I mean, why do you think a teenager goes to work?
I went to work because I knew that it built character. I was told that work builds character. I needed money to go hang out with friends and do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It isn't money, right? It is, I want to hang out with my friends. But for the most part, like a teenager, okay, I work to make money so I can take a girl on a date.
So I can go do what I want to do.
My point is I want a girl.
Right.
The point is the teenager wants a girl. That's the point. It's not the point of going to work. It's not the point of making money and buy a Lamborghini. All right? The point is I want the girl. So that's why I'm saying is people say, hey, I'm going to do this when I retire. They're missing the point. The point is like, okay, you want a girl, right? That's your target. That is like working isn't your target. Making money isn't your target. Buying a Lamborghini isn't your target.
Right.
The point is the girl, right? So everybody needs to figure out what their point is.
Hmm?
What's the point of doing it? You can't say, well, I work because I love money. No, you don't love money. You love what money can buy, what it is that you want to buy. Think about it first. And then ask yourself, does that absolutely requires money? Or can I get it without it?
Right. Yeah, agree.
Because the thing is, when you want a girl, right, you are basically paying like money for dinners, money for movies.
Right. You pay a lot. Clothes you need to buy.
Jewelry, gift, flower,
Yeah.
You're willingly doing it. That's what I'm saying is when you have something that you want, you will pay for it. Right? You're not saying, okay, I'm going to go out with you. You need to pay me. Right? Does that ever happen? Right? Only in gigolos, but But the point is, naturally, as a human, there is something we want, and we will give you exchanges to get it.
You could end up becoming a professional model photographer or something like that, because that's a way for you to meet people and still get paid and also doing something that you love. Or you could become a club promoter or something like that. And to your point, you would still pay to go do it, but I get your point. All right, we got to officially put the pin in this one for the night. So the question we can leave with everybody is, what might your life look like in the Church of Balance?
Good question.
The Church of Grace. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see you all tomorrow.
sounds good. Good night.